Charlie. You remember that?
Oh, like a little cheer.
You remember the chia pets? Yeah, I thought about that all day. All day
Oh, yeah,
since this
that whole
morning.
thing.
All day. As I woke up,
been waiting.
started driving to work. I'm like, I'm saying this.
Oh, I got one.
I got one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
36 episodes. This guy is
Finally had one.
finally got one.
Charlie.
That's awesome. How is everybody? John's here. How are you, John?
Best day of my life.
Best day of my life.
All right, everybody's. Well, we're recording this now for the holidays.
Yes, it's Friday.
It's Friday. We're gonna put this out probably on Christmas. We should probably talk about how to stay sober during the holidays.
Yes, that's a good
and
one.
What you do.
That's a good one because it's a hard one for some people.
Absolutely, John. What suggestions do you have, sir? Besides, well, we know what you
Don't drink and go to meetings.
Yeah, that was coming.
Stay connected.
Stay connected
I like
is a
that.
good idea.
I like that. Just get involved, man. Stay connected, get involved.
That's why they got them marathon meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you're gonna have people who are newly sober. I would imagine who probably might not even be invited to family functions at this point.
Absolutely.
Those are the important ones where you need to stay connected, like you just said.
Yep.
Go to meetings, talk to your sponsor.
We burn a lot of bridges. We do a lot of damage, and especially if you're just coming around,
Yeah.
you probably haven't made any amends just yet.
Yeah.
You know, so
And just because we stop drinking and drugging doesn't mean that people just change for us because we put it down.
oh yeah,
The damage is still there.
of course. You know, that stuff takes time. So, there are a lot of people that are trying to. And it's not easy. So people are trying to stay sober, and they don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
they're not going to their
Yeah.
moms or their dads because their mom's not talking to them or dad's not talking to them or
Yep.
we do it. We hurt the people the most, the ones
Or-
that love us. So we
Yeah.
we gotta
Or-
stick together.
Like I'm sure there's plenty of people like me out there. I think twice I was in rehab for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Really?
Yeah.
That's
In Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Clearbrook, it was
How'd
called.
that feel?
Oh, it sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's Christmas, so they try to, like, get a tree and try to help you out, and it's just like, dude, this is my life.
But were your parents allowed up there? Like, were your
They
family?
were, but they didn't come.
Well,
It's
because
fucking,
you
like,
destroyed it.
3-4 hour drive, yeah. I was like, fuck
wow,
that.
yeah.
He's safe.
and right.
But
and
no,
now
yeah.
what?
Or I missed another Christmas because I was sick, withdrawing, and I spent it with my cat in a basement apartment in the dark.
Ozzy?
Yeah.
I like that.
Cat's
guy.
been through some shit with me.
Poor cat.
Cat's
He's
been-
like,
Ozzy.
it used to be me and Joey. Now Joey
Yeah.
brings these other two idiots around.
I always give him water though. He likes me. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Because it's
Yeah,
different.
I've missed a lot of
Now,
holidays.
and now you get
So
to be a
I was
part
gonna
of it.
ask you too. Like, you missed a holiday in rehab, and that didn't stop you from missing another holiday in rehab, huh?
No. Nope. I'm sure there was another one too. I don't remember.
I find that
Fucking
would be humbling. Like,
Yeah.
I was in a sober living facility this year for my
Yeah.
birthday.
Well,
I
yeah.
wasn't in. We weren't in. Yeah, we were already out of it.
Yeah, we were out.
But yeah, that was kind of weird. It was the first time. Not that I really give a shit about birthdays anymore.
I guess
honestly.
everybody's rock
I
bottom.
try to forget them, but
Everybody's rock bottoms are different. Right?
yeah, I mean, I would imagine it's got to be pretty tough to be in a rehab facility. Well, you know what though? Maybe when you get out, your family has a little more reception to since you did it. You know what I mean? Did
Yeah.
you have a?
Depends on how much of the
Didn't you
wreckage
have
of
like
the
a
past
Yeah,
big
it
ass-
was,
it just
yeah.
depends, man. Once, like, listen, the first time I went away to rehab, he's cured.
That's what I was
There
gonna
was
say. They didn't throw you a
banners
bone.
like, he's good.
Joey's home.
And then it took 5
Hey,
more.
you guys got any money?
It took fucking five more times.
I gotta give John the switchboard.
You should. No, because then I'll just be hit.
Yeah, that's what we hear. Is like, oh wait, oh sorry. Yeah.
But then, yeah, dude, you keep going away, and then it's just like, oh, again. And then, like, some family members just, like, when you start getting sober, they're just waiting for the ball to drop again.
We gave them false hope a lot.
Mhm.
You know, with-
My little
with,
sister.
like, he's starting to do good.
My little
and then-
sister, my relationship with her is definitely coming around.
Nice.
We definitely talk.
Oh, I see.
But she's, like, the last one who's still, like, I guess, a little hesitant, which is completely my fault.
She's the
I
youngest
get it.
one, though, right?
Yeah.
Probably affected her the most
Yeah.
out of everybody. I would imagine.
But you know what I wanted to talk about, too, is not even just for fucking drug addicts and alcoholics and everything. Like, holidays could be hard for people in general. Just, like, you start thinking about people who aren't here no more. And it could be depressing. You know, like there's a lot of people in my life that aren't here anymore.
Yeah.
And you tend to think about them around the holidays and gatherings and
They're with you spiritually, Joseph.
yeah.
Is that,
Yeah.
I said that.
Yeah, Charlie. My jaw just dropped.
Oh.
I love that.
I was being dead
I
ass
was like,
serious.
why did it get so quiet?
Charlie, did God just knock on the front door? Like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
God's
Yeah,
been
no.
in this man the
Sometimes,
whole time.
no. Because I used to think that a lot with someone that passed on me, and you know what? They're with you all the time. So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have that issue with. I do find holidays depressing.
Yeah.
I do. I'm not gonna say that. Sometimes, anyway. But I'm not. I don't know. I'm a different. You know what? I spent so many holidays drunk and alone. They don't mean anything to me, really. Christmas to me is a kid's holiday. So, you know, it's like, all right, it's for the kids. You know what I mean? Adults, I don't need a gift. You know what I mean? I'll buy it. If I want something, I'll buy it for myself, I guess. So
Yeah.
I just was always like that. I mean, not always, but for the last few years. But it's important. Holidays are important for kids, to me anyway, which is I guess that's kind of depressing when you look at things. Shouldn't really. I mean, you know.
if you wouldn't mind it to. You know,
Yeah, no, I mean, I listen.
your
I want
mind
to
to
spend
change.
it with my
Yeah.
family and stuff.
Yeah.
And I have that opportunity to do so now, which is fine. It's the whole stress of, you know, I gotta get this for this one, this for nowadays. I'm just like, listen, I'm not getting you shit. You don't get me shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good. You know what I mean? We'll get together. We'll have dinner, whatnot.
Yeah.
But you know, it holidays are stressful, like you said. Even if you're not, you know, even if you're not an addict, and then on top of it, it's even worse because now you're looking at, you know, you might not have the opportunity to spend time with your family. Or,
Yeah.
Or do
And I
something.
think that's the hardest thing.
Like how,
Especially with like the young guys, like, you know, like the guys who are just coming around and younger. Again, this is just my opinion, I
Yeah.
guess. But from what I'm seeing, you know, maybe mom is an active addiction. You know, daddy's not around, and like you said, it is for the younger. You know, maybe
Yeah.
the younger. And now,
Yeah.
what does a 20-year-old kid do when mom is gone and dad is gone and whether you destroy
Numbs
those
himself.
relationships or whether they're active themselves.
Does
you
what he
know,
does
Yeah.
best, numbs himself.
You know, right? You want
So I
to
did for
get out of
years,
self,
numb
numb
myself,
yourself.
numb myself.
So that's why it's really important to stay connected, man. I reach out to a lot of people around the holidays.
Yeah.
I knew what it was like, you know, being, you know, active, I guess, you know, around this time of year because it is. It's like my wife loves the holidays.
Yeah.
You know, she's, you know, cooking the food
Oh, yeah.
and getting ready.
Yeah,
and she
of
loves
course.
Dude, this-
Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's what
Yeah.
they do. They like to
It's a big
you know,
Italian
wrap it
thing,
in
yeah.
Dude,
presents. and,
today, Friday,
yeah.
especially with like working in union,
Yeah.
bro, I'd be bombed at fucking 10 a.m. It's nothing but a party on job sites today.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So who would bring in coquito? The Puerto Ricans would bring in coquito, and who's bringing it? And you're literally going to work to get paid, bro. And like I'm fucking heading on the Long Island Railroad home, bombed.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, what's the difference between today and or regular Monday? Like, I don't.
They
That would've
they
been-
allowed it that day.
yeah.
At
Oh,
work they allowed it.
At
Like,
work
yeah.
you could get bombed.
Yeah,
Oh, I
because
got
it's the
you,
day
right.
before Christmas Eve.
Gotcha,
Nobody's
gotcha,
doing
gotcha,
anything.
gotcha.
You're just going
You
in
went
to
to
show,
get,
show
you know.
face and
I'm in the opposite business. You gotta be at work.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be working tomorrow,
Yeah.
which is Christmas Eve. But they
oh
gave
yeah, I was
us
gonna ask you that.
Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve off. So I said, well, I'll take Christmas. I'll work New Year's Eve.
There you go.
I really don't. You know, what do I?
Do people really come in those days?
Not really. I mean,
Alright.
in the past,
Maybe 1, 2.
like some
Well,
crazy shit would happen.
Unless
maybe
they're
on
Jewish.
Christmas Eve. Well, yeah,
There you
that's
go.
true. But I just don't think. Well, Hanukkah's going on right now.
Oh
anyway.
fuck yeah, that's right.
Well, no, it's not. They don't always overlap, but
Oh,
it did this year. But
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a weird business, but yeah. So I'm used to not being around, or at least for the last 14, 15 years,
Yeah.
because I've been in that business. But yeah, that's what ends up happening. You kind of work, and then you get home. Well, like I said, for me, I'd get home and do nothing because. For the last few years, I was always by myself during the holidays.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. John, your
gotta
sober
get-
days in November, right?
Yeah.
So how was that first Christmas? Because you were freshly
It was fantastic.
sober. I'm saying, but everything was okay.
yeah,
You weren't
like-
isolated away from family or anything. You were okay during that time.
Yeah, I wasn't really. I wasn't really isolated. I mean, it was again, it's new. You know, you don't know what's going on. How was it?
We're having a little trouble there. There you
You're
go.
throwing me off.
We gotta
myself.
buy
I'm trying to
that.
get rid of that
I know.
humming.
I gotta buy
sound.
a new cable. We gotta buy a new
Okay.
cable.
But yeah, no, it was good.
Okay.
It was not. You know, when you're you know what it is. I'm trying to reflect on what it was like. You know, prior, it was always just a holiday was acceptable
Right.
to get drunk.
Yeah.
A holiday like so the families go. It was acceptable.
That's a great way to put it.
You know, so
because nobody's looking at
yeah, no one's looking at how much I'm drinking
Yeah.
and what Of course, I was generally, not always, but generally.
You can be
turning-
more open about your drinking.
Right.
Yeah, like it was everyone's drinking. Oh,
Yeah.
look, Nana's drinking.
Yeah.
Like everyone is having
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Everyone's
yeah.
But
drinking.
it's always assumed you're the one that's drinking the most. You know what I mean?
Oh, wait,
At
no,
the
I
party.
was, you know.
See, I always tried to curb it when I was at family stuff, meaning maybe. All right, I'm going to my sister's. They always get mad at me when I'm drinking on Christmas. So this day I'm going to drink less or hide it, I should say.
I couldn't. For me, I don't know. I'll be honest. I have the attention span of a
You're
squirrel.
staring at that?
So like I
Yeah,
can't.
so am I.
The flippity
I
floppity.
know.
I can't. I'm like.
We got to get a new cable.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the buzzing. God.
My brain is. For me, the holidays are. Put it this way.
Your excuse.
I can't remember a lot of stuff, and I think God does that for a reason.
Yeah.
All right. So the things I do remember, not all of it was bad. You know?
Right, of course.
So, but I'm present today.
Yeah.
I feel things more. You know, family. It's a different. I don't know how to describe it. I don't think you could describe. I don't think you can only feel it.
You're present. You're present.
You're there with the family, the kids, the wife,
You're present. Your soul is present.
You're there.
Your
You're
body,
involved.
Your soul
You're,
is there.
you're a part of something, and I can't describe it. I can only tell you it feels amazing, and unless you could experience it firsthand,
Right.
you're not gonna understand. It's like somebody. You ever watch that movie Good Will Hunting, and Matt Damon is sitting with Robin Williams, and he's telling him, you might have known about the 16th chapel, but what does it smell like in the middle? Like you don't know that feeling.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's a good
it's a
input.
different feeling when you're not, when you know that your family is not worried.
Yeah.
They always thought, like again, like you were saying, that
That's
someone's
big,
gonna
yeah.
you're like something. Oh, is Dad gonna start cursing or acting like an animal? What is Daddy gonna do? Or oh, geez, what's my husband gonna do? Or when you're not putting that anxiety on your family because now the family, like I said, Nana comes over.
Well, that's a big
aunts come
reason too
over.
why you stop getting invited to fucking places.
Yeah. Oh, we ain't
You know?
invited anywhere.
They're like, God knows what he's
Oh,
got.
But
there was
if family
yeah.
came over to, when people came over to our house, it was the same, type of thing. They're waiting for the ball to drop. They're waiting for how is he going to act? Can you not have so much? Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. What happened with me? They'd be like, "Can you slow?" So I was getting tired of that. So during those gatherings, when I was still
Pre-game?
invited,
You
I'd
pre-game.
be fucking shit hammered by the time I got there. Then all right, no, I wasn't drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're always, listen. Fact of the matter is, they always know.
It's so crazy how when you're wrapped in it, you really do truly 100% believe that nobody knows.
Think you well, we're going through it right now with somebody else.
Like, you really think... I'm like, nobody knows. I was walking around with raccoon eyes. Nobody knows.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, yeah.
It's fucking crazy. And you know what the
delusional.
craziest thing was, too, is...
Yes.
I guess because, more of a drug addict. So, the drugs I was doing, man, I couldn't make eye contact with people.
Yeah, you can't.
That's the dead giveaway right there.
Yeah, it's that, dude.
Yeah.
Or
I would be-
even ordering something, I'd be like, I'd look at you like this, like, hey, how you doing? Can I get, like, I can't,
She saw my
making
eyes.
eye contact with people.
Yeah, my wife saw
fucking
mine. She's like, dude,
bugged me
are you-
out.
Like, were you doing coke?
Yeah.
Like what?
I know.
What? Like
The
what,
insanity.
like you didn't. The liquor you could just.
Yeah.
I mean, it oozed out of my skin.
Or the minute
Well, like if you were, you're like,
speak,
what are you? And then you
Yeah.
get nasty, of course, because
Of
now
course.
you knew you were
You wanna
dead
get
to rights,
defensive.
and it was.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
I can
Dude,
hear
one
it.
of my ex-girlfriends.
See in your eyes.
One of my
Like, what do you mean? What do you see in my
ex-girlfriends.
eyes? My eyes look fine. I'm in
Yeah.
the mirror. My eyes look fine.
Yeah, one
used
of my
to get-
ex-girlfriends all the time. I'd come home, she'd be like, "You're high," and I'm like, "No, I'm not high." And she's like, "We're sitting in the dark, and your eyes are pinned. What do you mean you're not high?" And I'm like, I'm not fucking high. You're crazy.
Yeah, leave me alone.
And then you'd get, or you'd fight more to
And
get
then
back
that
out of the house to go
narcissistic
back in.
behavior comes in where you try to
Yeah.
get them to think they're crazy.
Oh, I've done that. Yeah, all the time.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I can't believe you blame me
Steal
for
shit,
this.
how people look for it. Yep.
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, but that's
It's fucking crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
And the
that it's-
manipulation that comes with it too. That's what we're witnessing now. The manipulation
Of course.
is just. We are. That's what they say, right? We're master
Unfortunately,
manipulators.
Manipulators.
we're around a lot of people that are addicts, and some people relapse and some people don't.
Yeah.
And when
It's happening around
it's
us.
crazy
Yeah.
how you recognize it now.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting at.
How easy it is to
Mhm.
recognize. Like, what is this guy getting at here?
Yeah.
Sad, but it's true.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so just keep yourself connected with, especially if you have a sponsor. I mean,
See, a
that's
support group is everything.
You got to speak to somebody, especially like
Yeah.
I said, is a
We
tough,
isolate.
tough scenario. That's why they do.
And that's the problem. We isolate, we
marathons,
get in our own
meetings.
head, and we think we can do this all by ourselves.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
you thinking you could do it your way. And
Yeah.
every recovery program, it says the same thing. We.
I know what you're doing right now.
You know, we do this together. We do this.
Oh,
you can't
God.
stay sober by
I'm not
yourself.
isolating.
Well, I'm
Whoa,
saying-
holy,
goes yourself
whoa,
out
whoa,
like
that.
John,
Guilty
wait.
conscience.
Hold on, John. I'm not. Are you? What are you getting at there, Joseph? Are you saying John was trying to depict you in that
Yeah.
scenario there?
A little bit.
Oh yeah, what's going on, buddy? You
No, nothing.
Want to talk about it?
No.
Are you isolating?
I'm not. I'm really not
No?
isolating.
Okay, all right.
I'm not.
Just
I do
making
have to
sure.
go to more meetings.
Yes.
We were earlier today. We were discussing my meeting game has to get up, but I want to start checking out other meetings. But I should have a home group, really.
Yeah. Well, because ever since you left the other spot, you kind of made
Yeah.
your.
Well,
your
so
sober
I don't think
house-
I've ever said it on the podcast. When I went from NA to AA,
Right.
like when I was in NA,
Right.
I did it all. I really did. I had the support group. I had my sponsor. I had a commitment. I had my home group, and I did it all. I attended it every week. I was the door greeter. I did it every week. And then when I came to AA, because of my house, and John, you became my sponsor of the meetings at the house, I never really went out and found another home group. I never went out and got another commitment. Like, granted, like now I chair Your Journey Begins Tuesday, but I never went out and did that on my own. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I feel like in a way it caused me like slacking. I should go out of where our meetings are and find another home group. You know what I mean? I kind of just settled for Your Journey Begins and was like, yeah, I guess that's my home group. You know what I mean? I cut myself short.
Completely understood.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the luxury, I guess I could say, having days off during the week.
Yeah.
So I kind of, I spend a lot of time with John.
Yeah.
Because he's
Well, that's good.
it's during the week. So
That's cool.
We end up going.
Yeah.
Going to stuff.
Yeah, he'll
a
take
lot.
you all over the place.
But I mean, yeah,
First,
I mean,
first
yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts.
First
Yeah,
Dunkin'
always.
Donuts.
Yeah, it's always
and then
coffee.
Maria!
But yeah,
Maria!
That's my
yeah,
girl.
that's funny. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I go to see a therapist too. I mean, I do a little bit of everything. Try to
Yeah.
round out my sobriety.
that's
I mean,
something
obviously
I
this
wanna get
helps
back
doing this
into.
podcast.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Anything you're doing.
Just talking
towards
about it
your
with other
recovery.
alcoholics.
That's
Yeah, you
exactly
have
what we
to
gotta
get
do.
It keeps it
involved.
fresh.
This doesn't happen by osmosis. You're not just gonna
No.
sit in a room
No.
and be like, "Oh, I went to those meetings. Now I'm cured."
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. You have to work on your recovery. You have to get involved.
Yes.
Go to meetings. Meet people. You
Yeah.
go to a meeting. Shake people's hands. Say hi to them. Hey,
Yes.
how are you? How was your day today? Don't
Well,
sit in the back.
so-
sit in the front.
Was that last week when I caught that resentment?
When?
We didn't talk
Yeah,
about
you
that.
told us.
I
I
don't
t-
know.
I spoke about it
Oh,
on
you know
here.
what?
I told you guys, but I don't
No,
think I
I
spoke
think you
about it
did,
on-
but I think that was the recording that got fucked up.
Oh, I think it was, yeah. So one of the things now is sponsorship. Me getting into sponsorship, which I do think it's a great idea because it'll fucking keep me accountable, and I think it'll also help me open up more and to be like more of a role model for someone. But
So if you're looking for a sponsor, you can contact Joey,
There you go.
Charlie and Joey Share via email.
But so at our house meeting, some kid was struggling, and our boy Jack was like, "Yo, go talk to him." And I'm like, dude, this guy literally got up and ran out of the meeting. Like,
Yeah.
like you could tell, like, didn't want to be bothered. And of
Right.
course, Jack being Jack's like, chase him.
Go get
Go get him. So I saw him at the end of the driveway. I'm like, all right, let me, try to reach out to this guy. I said, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? What are you doing? And you could tell this guy is like hurting and struggling. I really did. I felt bad for him. But I'm like, he was suicidal. He's like, dude, I just want to die. And I know what that feels like. So I'm like, all right, I can relate. I'm not going to press this kid. But I'm like, yo, why don't you just take my number down? If, just give me a call. Dude looks right into my eyes and is like, bro, I'm not going to call you. And I was like,
that's rough, but
I wanted to be like, all right, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, I know.
But you can't
And
do that. You can't take the
obviously.
shit personal, and that's what I'm experiencing now.
I mean, he didn't want to take numbers at the meeting either.
No.
They were like, "Oh, you're new here. You want numbers?" He's
Yeah.
like, "Nope, I'm not going to call."
The dude
anybody."
just like wanted to hang.
So,
and
yeah,
I reached
I
out to
saw.
somebody. Supposedly he's still struggling. He's still here.
Yeah,
he's still
no, and
struggling.
that's funny you did because
You
he
did?
was with someone at the meeting. And I saw
Oh, you
that
did?
person.
Oh, you saw him?
Not him.
Oh.
But the person he was with at that
Yes.
specific meeting you're speaking about.
Yes.
I saw, and I was like, "Hey, how's that kid?"
Oh,
doing?"
yeah.
You know what I mean? I asked about him to
Yeah.
make sure he's okay. Obviously, and that's another funny thing about this whole fellowship is like you actually start concerning yourself about strangers.
Yeah.
You don't realize it. but
Crazy,
you're like,
right?
I hope
weird.
hope that kid's doing all right. I don't even know that kid's name. Do you
I don't even know his name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
He starts to
But we were
change.
worried about him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
You know what it is? Because you start. I guess feelings come back.
And you relate. You can relate.
You're like,
You've
oh
been
shit,
there.
this guy's been in a tough spot.
Yeah,
and
you've been there and you've made it out. Because I knew exactly what was going through that. Like, dude, like I suffer with severe depression or depression in general, and I fucking use over it, and that just makes everything worse. But, I know what that fucking darkness feels like, bro. It's not a good spot. It's not.
Yeah, you could.
Like,
empathize
my
with people,
depression,
you know what it
Yeah,
feels like.
which is weird.
And you
'cause
feel today. You don't
they
have
would-
to
Yeah.
bury your feelings anymore. You feel today.
Yeah, like the depression I deal with, if I if I'm in my head for too long, or if I really get into a depression, I rather be asleep than awake because I'm more happier in my dreams than my reality. So I'll fucking sleep days away, bro. Seriously.
Oh, I know.
And that's why, like, having a basement apartment, I'll never do that again. I swear to God. I've slept a Friday to a Sunday. In bed, got up to piss, laid back down. One, also, too, because I was probably withdrawing from Kratom and everything else. And I ran out of all options of what else I could steal or what else I could fucking manipulate or do. And I never want to experience any of that shit
You
ever
never
again.
have to. As long as you keep moving forward, work on your recovery.
Yeah.
It just people overcomplicate this. I find everyone's always overcomplicating everything. You can hand like any book. You can hand a recovery book to somebody, and you're gonna get 10 different people to read it and 10 different people to give you their interpretation on it.
Yeah.
Just like any basic text, any Bible or Quran or Torah or you're gonna if everyone read the Bible and all interpreted it the same way, there wouldn't be 1,000 different sects of Christianity.
100%.
So
Yeah,
we
I see what
have
you're
this
saying.
big book that in our fellowship that we read, and we just do the best we can.
Yeah.
We just don't pick up, and we know that the alcohol and the drugs they would just put a symptom that we are the problem, and we have to just so we know that, or at least for me, I learned that I'm the problem. When we became alcoholics, crushed by this self-imposed crisis, it says, right? And that line hit me hard. I realized I'm the common denominator in everything wrong in my life. Everything that's going wrong, if I'm upset, I'm depressed, money issues, wife issues, children issues, not being able to just organize myself. It's all of my own doing.
Of course.
All of it I did. I played a role in something.
Yeah.
So it says again, I can always go back to the answers for me are in that book. Here's the how and why of it. We had to stop playing God.
Yeah.
You know, it's
You have
funny.
no control over
sorry.
what's going to happen. Oh no, I'm sorry.
No.
So we slow down. Don't pick up. Slow down. Right away, like these guys, they come out of it, and I see this every day because I am involved. these guys come out and like, dude, all right, so now I'm gonna get a job and I'm gonna get my car back on the road and then I'm gonna get myself an apartment and then I'm gonna get to it's like, bro, slow
Correct.
down.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that fast.
Yeah, you must build your foundation on stone, brother. You are going to you need to slow down.
See, I get like that.
Two things. What you just said. Number one, that's a big thing because I did try to get sober on my own once, and I'm like, oh, all right, this is cool. Like I didn't turn my life over for recovery at the time. What I did was, all right, I need to stop drinking. Try to do so. So that's what I did by going to meetings and stuff. But I didn't really dive into it, so to speak. So I didn't give anything up as far as work, whatever.
What,
So then all of a sudden I was like,
you decided I'm going to stop drinking.
I'm gonna stop drinking. I was trying to go to meetings, and I was white knuckling it for the most part.
Okay.
You know, when I had my first sponsor, but I wasn't really working a program. I was just like, all right, well, I went to a fucking meeting, so I'm fine.
You're cured.
You know what I mean? Keep going, and I kept going. I went to several, but yeah, like you said, it just because you're not really doing. Eventually, it's just gonna catch up to you.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna be like, all right, well, all right, now I'm making money again. I could just get, all right, you know what? I could just have one drink.
Yeah.
And that's how it turned into. But the more important thing that you brought up just now, which reminded me of the meeting last night. So we did a 5th step reading, and that was what the meeting was about, right? With the 12 steps. And what's funny is, what you just said, everyone complicates everything.
Yeah.
It didn't really make it. The 5th step thing, I was like, oh my God, I got to admit to it. At that point, I really didn't give a shit. Like, John helped me write my 4th step because I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be writing.
Yeah.
You wrote it. I just helped you lay it out.
No, I
Well, yeah,
understand.
you're
That's what I meant.
You're basically saying he already knows everything you put on the 4th. Why not just
right?
say
So
it
when
to
I
him on the 5th?
when he started pointing out, like you said, I'm the common denominator in half of these things.
Yeah.
And it made me realize what was going on. But it wasn't like, I can't believe I'm telling some guy about this. Like, it didn't bother me in that aspect. It was like, all right, so I fucked up. Like, everyone fucks up. I get it. Also, although I didn't start doing the steps right away either.
Yeah.
So maybe I accepted
Start to build
the
a
program a little
Yeah,
bit
you already
better.
built trust.
You already built the
maybe
trust.
that's
But
why.
still, for some people,
But they make it difficult. Like, the 5th was one of the hardest. Why?
It's trust. It's one, it's trust, and then 2, it's like, because it happened with me and him, bro. Like, I was so hesitant to tell him 1 or 2 things, and it's shame, bro. You know, like, even though you trust him, man, you feel like somebody's gonna look. You feel like somebody's gonna look at you differently.
But it's still your past, and you know I relate to John. John did have the shit I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
You know what I mean? It was like, all right, whatever. I fucked up, and shit, I.
But
he made me think about it deeper, and I'm like, oh, I don't take it. I never took it that way, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't pick up on it, but it wasn't like it was like what a piece of shit I am. I mean, I was just a piece of shit in general anyway for being a drunk.
Yeah.
But
All the extra shit I did just is icing, really. To be honest
Everybody's situation's different.
I mean, to me, that's all I'm saying.
Because
I want to go back because before I'm going to lose this thing. I wanted to say you said earlier like you tried to quit drinking. Earlier on, you're like, well, I tried to quit this drinking.
I was trying for prior to this run. I was trying to quit drinking for I want to say three years maybe, on and off.
You're like maintaining.
I had 6 months.
Oh, gotcha.
Here.
Oh, you actually had some time together.
Oh yeah, I had 6 months here and 2 months there, a month there.
And how were you?
But you were because you're trying to stop this thing. Drinks or alcohol's bad. Right? I'm not going to drink. Alcohol's bad. I can't do that because alcohol's bad. Until you realize that you're the issue. It's nothing. The alcohol has nothing to do with the issue.
I say that all the time.
You're the problem, and I had to get that embedded into my brain.
You use drugs and alcohol as a solution.
They can't hurt you if you don't touch them. Mm-hmm. They're fine. Drugs and alcohol are not bad.
And they'll always be there. They'll always be there.
You have the problem. There's something inside of you that wants you to
filling
get
a void.
out of self.
Filling a void.
And that's why you keep going back to them.
My thing was, if I could put time, I mean, and everyone says this. I mean, at least
if I can
once.
get my stuff back.
I put time in, and I was like, all right, I am not a fucking weak-minded shithead.
Yeah.
I could have a fucking glass of wine, and then go to bed. And I might have done that once.
Once.
But
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
but that see.
And
our
it wasn't
brains-
one time. It was
Yo,
once.
Novak said it in his story. That's our brains remember that one time we did it.
Of course,
And
yeah.
forgets the fucking tens of other thousands of times we did it.
And I probably got praises that night from my significant
Wow,
other. Like,
yeah.
you really can just have a glass
Yeah.
of wine.
I struggle
then-
with that too. With
Then I
alcohol.
wake up on the bathroom floor 2 days later with
Yeah.
an empty bottle of vodka.
What'd you
Yeah.
do?
Like, oh, you fuck got drunk while I was at work. Yeah, I did.
Dude, that's why for a while, for me, I think I used alcohol as like my last reservation because I admitted pretty quickly that I had a problem with drugs because it just took me fucking to hell real quick. But I always still wanted to be able to be, I don't even want to say be normal, but be able to drink. I always still wanted to drink. So it took me a while to accept that I'm an alcoholic too.
We had a lot of. It goes back to
We
talk
talk
about
about
that
this
a lot.
all the time.
It always.
Because what Charlie just said too, dude, I've had many, because alcohol really wasn't, I've had many moments where I had a beer or two, and I was like,
Sure.
that was fine.
Yeah.
Listen,
and there were many times that I only did a bag of Coke.
Listen,
A bag.
No.
I have
So, but it's cool, right? It's cool.
I've
There were
done
many
a
times.
lot of
shit,
drugs.
no.
I've done a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Am I saying I'm a? Well, yeah, I am. But
Yeah. I had
Am
to-
I a drug addict? I don't know.
This-
All I know is I can't do anything.
Any of my other
Because it'll
stuff.
lead to
And it
alcohol.
leads
I never-
back to every.
I never
So
thought
it's
of
me and you,
myself.
it's like the same but different. Same but different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I never thought of myself as a drug addict
Number
until I
one.
came into this
Yeah, see,
program,
I knew
got
I
a
was-
sponsor, and he said, "Dude, that's not normal."
Yeah, I know.
And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I guess you're right."
Yeah.
And I had to be convinced
Yeah.
that wasn't normal.
Yeah. A sponsor, when I used to, because you hear about it all the time. I'm not going to be able to drink at my wedding.
Yeah.
And like a sponsor, like I was like, dude, I'm not going to be able to do blow at my fucking bachelor party. And he's like, Joey, normal people don't even think about doing cocaine.
You don't even have a girlfriend, Joey. You don't even have a girlfriend. Forget your wedding.
I was
Your
like,
bachelor party.
right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Speaking about
stressed shit
projecting,
like that. I
yes,
projected.
yes,
I
check.
projected all the time.
That's gonna work.
That's why one day at a time. Really, it's so true.
Yeah, man. We can do anything. We have, and that's so. That's what it's so. That's when you want to. When it comes to the young guys, you want to shake the hell out of them. Like,
It's
what
so
do
hard
you,
for them to accept.
What do you think you can't do being sober that you were able to do when you were using? What is it?
It's
You want to go to the
feeling.
movies? You want to hang out? You want to go play golf? You want to go play baseball, football? You want to go watch the Knicks play? You want to go like what do you want to go quadding?
It's
Want to
the
go
feeling.
boating? What do you think you're missing out on?
The feeling.
Gotcha.
That's
Feeling.
what it steps for me.
And wait till you get a natural feeling
Yeah, I
like
know.
that.
I've
That
had 'em.
natural
I know.
high.
And it's 10 times
just
better.
100. It's 100 times
Yeah.
better. But it's like you're not missing out on anything.
Like,
I-
yo, can
I'm
you,
agreeing
I gotta
with
tell you
you.
guys something.
Yeah, dude, it was so much better playing baseball when I was drunk.
No,
Like,
no.
I was throwing up in the pit stop.
there's nothing. There's nothing I
Dude.
do today that I need a drink to do it.
Let me tell you
That's what I'm
something.
saying. We don't think that.
Listen to this, my fucking sick mind. Tuesday, when my girl was in the hospital.
Yeah.
She
You're
had to
like,
Which,
get
by
some-
the way,
get
she's
some
fine.
Percocets.
Yeah, she's fine. She had to get IV solution.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm sitting there like watching the needle
drip.
and shit.
The needle, no.
Like, and I'm like, kind of like, it's bringing me back to when I was having surgery, getting the morphine drip.
That is sick.
You're
It's
sick.
sick.
Joe. Joseph,
That is sick.
I'm like,
Joseph is sick.
it's fucking sick, right?
I
Fucking
hate needles.
twisted, bro.
But yeah, I've heard that
Twisted.
before.
Move a muscle, change a thought.
Dude, the nurse literally came in on day 5 like, you can't just sit here and take the Lauded forever. You gotta go. I'm like, I'm still in pain.
You don't understand.
Dude,
my
like-
toenails fall
Like a
off.
hawk. Every fucking, the button, every 2 hours, Oxy, every 4 hours, the Lauded. Like a hawk. I think I had alarms set on my phone.
I'm
I don't know. There's, I've found other things that give me that pleasure in life.
shit. Yeah.
That thing I was missing.
Dude,
my
some
whole
people
life.
get mad that, like, because I'll say, like, and it's the truth. Opiates was one of the best fucking feelings I've ever felt in my life.
I don't.
The high.
Well,
And people get so mad when I say
You
that.
still
I'm not going to
glorifying
lie.
it?
I'm not glorifying. What I'm saying is all the repercussions and what it did to my life, it's not worth it.
yeah, I don't know, and I say this all the time, and I will continue to say this.
I just feel like
anytime-
that's being
any-
brutally honest.
Anytime somebody says that to me,
I'm not glorifying
I'm
it.
not saying glorifying. I'm saying anytime someone says like, "Oh, listen, we all did drugs, and
Yeah.
we know
The
what the
feeling.
feeling is
Yeah.
like." But the feeling that I get. There's something.
Yes.
That spiritual plane that we live on. The feelings. I can't describe the.
It's
feelings.
a natural high.
When I get to hang out with my wife,
Mm-hmm.
and I get to, because I'm sober, wake up in the morning and there's this beautiful woman laying next to me, I can't describe that feeling. It's almost like they say, like, you know, when I especially with like sponsees, I always tell you, like, the ones that are having issues with the God thing, you always talk about the wind. Like, you know, you don't see the wind, you see the effects of it. You feel the wind.
Yes.
That feeling.
Yeah.
I can't describe that feeling, that warmth, that I'm comfortable. With the same way when I was having that bad day at work
know
and I
the feeling
pounded
you're
down
talking
a bottle of Captain Morgan, I had arrived. That feeling, that I'm arrived.
Yeah.
When I lay there, when I'm with my kids, or I'm like, I just
See,
feel.
for
I
me,
feel
that
good.
feeling that you're describing now,
Yeah.
for me, I get it a lot through music.
There you go.
Like, I get a natural high
Natural high.
from music. Like, to the point where I'll get goosebumps.
Hence why we're going to see Metallica in August.
Hell
But you
yeah. Oh, we're
listen to a lot
going?
of
You got the
shitty
tickets?
music.
Yeah, we're
Did you get the
going.
tickets? Who listens to shitty
You
music?
do.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Pantera
A lot
and
of
Metallica,
shitty
bro.
When?
country crap.
Oh, I like
all
country.
this
I do
shit.
like. I love
Alright,
country.
I don't know country.
I love country. You want me to listen to little Uzi Vert? No,
I like-
Uzi Vert? I
don't
didn't even say
know.
his name.
I don't know
Uzi?
what those-
Da-
No,
da- da-
no,
da- da-
no,
da-
no,
da- da-
Uzi
da- da-
is-
da- da-
I think
We
that's
listen
a
country
different podcast.
We
Uzi.
listen.
I said that to Russ at work the other day.
Oh,
I'm like,
jeez, I bet
I
he
was
was
listening to
happy.
country. He's like, dude, I'm gonna slip my wrist. I'm like, you want to put rap on? He's like, I'll fire you.
You guys are sick. Anyway,
But he does like old country, like Charlie Daniels, like that old school shit.
But that's
That's like
go-
Southern
going-
rock, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's
True.
go.
Yeah, going back
Go
to
back
the
to
holiday.
sobriety.
Go ahead. It's nice to
Yes.
be I'm accountable. You know, like you could count on me. You could,
Yeah.
you know, it's nice for my wife to have a husband / partner, and kids to have their father around the holidays.
It's awesome.
And,
Yeah,
you know,
I was
it's a
just gonna
good
say.
feeling. It's a nice feeling, and it's something that no drug or no alcohol was ever. That high that we constantly are trying to reach, that feeling that we want to
Chasing that, chasing.
that's there's this. I've reached it. I've reached that high, and I'm good.
Yeah.
I found a solution, and I'm not saying there's only one solution. I found a solution, and it hits me all the time, dude. I could go on about this for freaking hours, man.
Yeah.
I don't. The things I thought were bringing me joy in life were not bringing me joy in life. I'm chasing.
It was the opposite.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
it's
And
complete opposite. It
the
wasn't
opposite,
the
yeah.
cars weren't it, the
100%.
money wasn't it.
100%.
All these things I thought was what made you happy.
Yeah.
None of it matters.
All these materialistic things. Now you just want more of that.
Correct.
Yeah.
It does whatever you.
Well, social
have
media is a lot. You see
isn't
what
enough.
everybody else is doing, and it's like a fucking race.
that's
It's
so
just, but it's all
fucking
It's all
fake.
fake. It's all
Fake
fake.
book.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
but I want to talk about. We spoke about it just hanging out a few weeks ago. What you're discussing with that natural high. It also, you've been away for drugs and alcohol for years now, so now your dopamine levels are reset. The neurological part that
I was
remember we were
actually gonna
talking
bring that
about
too, dopamine.
is like when you're doing drugs and you're doing crack and meth and all this shit, your dopamine levels are spiking. So when you go see a movie and shit, those dopamine levels aren't hitting even close to what you were doing when you were
Right.
getting high.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
once you friggin' have enough time away from it and your dopamine levels are back to normal, you do get to experience almost like the same
They're
high, if
supposed to
not
spike.
better.
They're
Yeah.
supposed to spike like a music thing.
Yes,
And what
yes.
happens is, with alcohol especially, I think cocaine does it too, but yeah, your level
Yeah.
stays high and it never spikes. So now when you're in a normal situation, you're not hitting the level that makes you excited anymore.
Yeah.
The pleasure gene.
Yeah,
Pleasure,
it's-
yeah.
it's a-
sex.
And
you
there's
know,
a whole
shoot, pop.
scientific thing
Yeah,
behind it.
it's
I mean,
crazy.
It's something to
I
look
learned
up.
it in rehab.
But it's, yeah, me too.
That's why you got to detox.
I actually,
I'm
doctor, I forgot the guy's
You're
name.
gonna go. I'm telling you. I'm gonna set something with my wife, and my wife's gonna come on. I'm gonna bring her on, and she'll because we start to get. You know, we put this poison because literally it's
So,
poison.
John, can you tell us a little bit
Sure.
about what your wife does? This way people understand what you're saying right
She deals with me.
That's a full-time job.
That's a
itself.
full-time job right there. But we put all these drugs and these crap in our system,
Yeah.
and then we stop using them, and then we start to work on self
Yes.
spiritually. but you do have a body of flesh and bone that
Yes.
organs that we destroyed.
Yes.
And my wife, she's an esthetician, but she's like in that holistic world where
I
I,
love
don't know
that
how to
stuff.
describe it. I don't know how to say because I'll just
You
mess
just
it up.
described
But
it.
she does like
Holistics.
detoxing and that kind of like so she's
Yeah. Natural medicines.
stuff and
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to have her on and talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's
Yeah.
do that. Well,
Yeah.
'cause she's my wife, and you know what? And I say it all the time. My wife
Yeah.
is living proof, and this is really, man. I could come up here.
We
and
call her Mrs. Hawk. What
say-
she's like.
Hey, call it whatever you want. Call it Eugenia, whatever. But the people, and I say this all the time. If you want to know if we do recover, if these
Yes.
programs are working, I don't care what program it is. If you get to a
Yes.
program, don't ask me. They'd be like, "Oh, you go share your experience, strength, and hope." Who cares about my experience, strength, and hope? Go talk to my wife.
Yeah.
Dude, the first time I was in your house,
Yeah.
as I'm joking on my own spit. Sorry. Well, the first time I was in your house, I met your wife that day. And when I walked in, I go, "You have a beautiful home." And you know what your wife said to me?
What?
Gifts of sobriety.
Gifts.
Did she really?
Swear to God.
That's awesome.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wow. And, you know, that was early on. I'm like, this shit's crazy. Pretty cool.
Through the first
I
time.
do
we go
believe
to,
in.
It's funny you said that because
Yeah.
that's the first thing she said. And she doesn't have it.
Yeah.
no, she's a
Any
normie.
issues. She's
Yeah,
normie.
she's a normie.
Yeah.
She's
That
an
was-
earth
it was
one.
very nice. It's
Do we go to?
First of all,
go-
she's a very,
Oh,
very
she's great.
pleasant
Yeah,
woman.
she's
a
really, and she
sweetheart.
dealt with me all these
She's a
years.
sweetheart. I don't know how.
I don't know how
But she's
either.
a ride or die.
They say we alcoholics pick the greatest wives, and it really is the truth.
Really?
But we go. That's what it says. I don't know.
Hope my two ex-wives aren't listening.
Oh shit!
Well, half of the wives we pick are.
No, I'm just kidding.
I believe in all that holistic medicine.
My
too.
baby's mama is a
But
very nice
see,
woman.
not from like speak.
No.
I fall under the category of conspiracy theorist.
Oh.
So
Well-
I'm going holistic because I don't not trust big pharma.
Hey, whatever.
That's a
gets you
whole
there.
other
You know,
thing.
my wife will explain a story.
But all
when
natural,
she
man.
comes on.
That's
She'll,
the way to
she'll,
go.
she'll show you why because she had a cousin died of cancer.
Yeah.
And what they did, they just pump you up full of all these
Oh,
drugs,
yeah.
and
Well,
it just made it feel like it was a.
What do you mean?
giddy-
Like the chemo type of thing? Is that-
dude,
It was,
talking about
it
the
was
after-
more than that. Her cousin, again, I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but her
Yeah.
cousin got sick with a very rare form of cancer, young, 35-year-old woman, and was dead in mere months. I
Yeah.
mean, it was really, it engulfed her.
Bro.
It was horrible.
the moment I heard this is when my whole thought process changed. A healed patient is a lost customer.
Of course.
Boom.
Well, this is why you.
Back to recovery.
Back to recovery. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, I'm like,
So the
I'm
holidays-
like looking like, where the fuck are we going?
You see what happens? See, we're out. That's how you know we're alcoholics.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're just like,
We're on tangent.
hey, you know, like, Bob, he's a nice guy. Oh, squirrel. You know, we just
Yeah.
go off.
I
man.
love classic cars.
I love.
Going back to the
Dick's Sporting
holidays.
Goods is awesome. I love
God.
Dick's.
Going back to the holidays, what I am grateful for is today I can help out. I can show up. People count on me.
You're over there, like, dude.
And I'm helping them cook later.
You were cooking for Thanksgiving. You're making strafoli with your mother.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and then one day
And-
you're gonna
and you're
come bring
making
your
memories.
children,
Yeah.
and they're gonna know me and Daddy
Tom, wasn't
went
that
to
Strafoli
grandma.
delicious?
Because let me tell you something.
You know,
there was a
Wasn't
long.
Strafoli delicious?
I gotta be honest, it was amazing. I mean, at least
Oh, I
look that
didn't
way in the
give you guys-
pictures.
Yeah, look at me too.
I'll send you home
He
with a
didn't bring
platter.
me shit.
I'll
I
send
don't
you
know
home
about
with a
you.
platter.
Oh,
You
thank
told
you.
me. You told me you don't like strufelies.
Just give me the fuck.
Yeah, you made
You
him.
know what it was? That's a big childhood memory. I used to walk in my grandma's. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
I was like,
The
Jesus.
honey was stuck on the counter. There's sprinkles everywhere. You're like, oh,
everywhere.
I'll give you guys some. I'm sure there's
But-
Just
plenty.
kidding. No, it's okay.
We get to do these things. We get to hang out and make
Yeah.
these memories. These things that if, God forbid, and I really mean it, but God forbid,
Yeah.
if lightning struck your home,
Yeah.
and when you think like we're so crazy, oh that'll never happen. Look what happened like during Sandy. People lost homes.
Oh yeah.
You know, so God forbid lightning struck, or we lost our home. You're never taking that away.
No.
Those
And-
memories. When I'm on my deathbed
Yeah.
and I'm laying there, and by the grace of God, it would be like hopefully I'm old and I've watched my grandchildren's grow. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Grow,
Yeah, I get
and I'm laying in my bed. I'm not gonna care what car I drove. I'm not gonna
No,
care
exactly.
what house I
It's
live
the
in.
memories that
I'm
you
gonna
build. Yes,
remember my
yes,
wife
absolutely.
and the children and the
And
ball
dude-
games we went to and the memories.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
have.
Steve Jobs said that when on his deathbed.
What did he say?
He said I had all this money and all I lost was time with my family.
Yeah, it's true.
Wait, what
He
did he
was a
say?
billionaire.
What did he say?
When he was dying.
When he was dead.
He said, I had all this money, and what I really lost was time with my family.
It's true.
It's the most valuable
It's
thing.
very
He's
true.
like, I got all
And
this
what I
money
want to
for
say is,
what?
dude, it's a blessing that they love even having me here. For years, this family walked around on eggshells, not knowing what I'm going to do next, not knowing what I'm going to steal next.
Yeah.
Now today they'll be like, "Hey, we ran out. We're not home.
Yeah, we're
Can
not
you
home.
swing by real quick and
Trust.
shut the oven or do?"
Yeah.
It's trust, man. That's a
we
huge
gotta
thing for
trust.
addicts and alcoholics. You know.
Because we break, well, we stealing their crap all the time, whether it's
Dude,
financial or just
yeah.
stealing their peace of mind. When we steal
Stole both,
everything
yeah.
from these people,
My
for our
mother-
loved
yeah.
ones, and we have to earn that back.
Well,
It
the
takes
biggest thing
time.
is stealing their serenity.
Oh,
My
yeah.
mother used to tell me all the time, I'm dreaming of you in a coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's fucked up. But when you're in it, you don't care.
Selfish and self-centeredness. That was the root of our problem.
My sister for holidays, too. My sister usually hosts because she's married with kids and she's got 3 kids, so it's tough for her to travel.
Yeah.
And yeah, for years it was like, we're not really having anything. And then I see pictures on Facebook like 50 fucking people at the house.
Really?
And I'm like, wow.
Oh,
They didn't
while you were
fucking want me
drinking?
there.
Yeah,
And then you know,
yeah.
and then when I was invited, it was, can you like not drink when you come? Like you know, they knew I was coming there drunk.
Yeah.
They'd show up at the house at 10 o'clock in the morning. like,
Blasted.
hey, hey, what's
Oh,
going on?
fucking
It was
insanity and
terrible,
shit that we
terrible,
did.
terrible. And then got worse. But now, like my sister just texted me, "What do you want for food?" I'm like, oh,
It's amazing.
Whatever
Really
you
is.
want.
It really, it's I don't want to say, unlike you guys, I don't want to curse, all right? So,
Dude, we already got the explicit rating on
I
all the
see.
platforms. We're good.
it blows my
I
mind.
do check that box.
It blows my mind.
Oh,
But
you do? Is that
just
what
in case.
When
Yeah.
you
Oh, I
read,
thought
if,
they
if
just-
you
I have to
rate
do
it-
that every time.
When I put it up on
I
YouTube,
swear to God.
when I put it up on YouTube, it goes, "Is it made for kids?" I gotta click, "No, it's not made for
No,
kids."
no, this is not made.
Well, it should
Well,
be.
and maybe they should allow, even though there is cursing, they should allow
Preteen.
because here it is. For me, and again, I don't know anything. I
Yeah.
don't know a damn thing. The magic number
Yeah.
that I hear from every alcoholic and addict is 13. That's the magic
Yeah.
number. When you start drinking and drugging, 13. When you start drinking, I don't know, around 13.
Yeah, I think
When you
so.
start drinking and drugging, around 13.
What grade are you in 13? 19?
You're like in
Six,
7th, 8th grade. You're probably going
Yeah.
just
7.
prior to going into the high
yeah,
school
bro.
years.
Actually, you're right. That summer
Yeah.
was when I first started drinking.
That's maybe we started getting some armpit hair. You know what I'm saying? We started to like we're going through puberty. We're in that adolescent stage,
yeah.
My daughter just turned 30.
and so like and then we started drinking and drugging, and like my mindset is that of a 13-year-old. Like that's I think I just destroyed my mental development. Like that's where I just feel like I.
They say that, right? They say that when you start your
I don't know. I'm
drug and-
retarded, dude. That's just kind of what I'm learning when I'm in this
We
program.
all fucking retarded.
Yeah.
You know, but that's it. I hear that number 13. I'm 13. So.
I don't know why I just thought that.
Yeah, I said it for a reason, but again, squirrel. I'm like,
No, I was.
I
I
look
was-
at Charlie's face and I
Dude,
see his earmuff on backwards, and I just
I
like,
got. I was just thinking of Jake this morning when we woke up, bro.
In my
Yo.
head, I was just saying, I
Yo,
love
if
dicks.
somebody touches that milk, what do you say? I'm rocking somebody.
Somebody's getting rocked.
Somebody's getting rocked.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
The
that-
ADD's
That
kicking.
cap's twisted on my milk.
Aw,
All right, dude, relax. It's milk.
Oh man.
Man, just well, listen.
We start
Everybody,
young and-
like that's a person right there that hopefully he's spending. I think he is spending time
think
with his
so.
family, but
Yeah.
he's young and he's already got that issue.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an old guy, and they go, everyone. I don't know. I come from a Italian family. We all had that crazy uncle that did some crazy shit, and
and you were that crazy
I'm
uncle.
that guy. Man, I'm trying not to be that guy.
You were the crazy uncle.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens with.
You're gonna be okay. Just time, man. Just slow down.
Yeah, it's very
Let-
important to
give
stay
time.
connected.
Slow, bright.
Slow variety, man. Just slow down. Seriously, Jeff. You slow down.
I think you
this
know
time,
why
you
for
let
me
your-
all the time because of how many fucking times I relapsed, dude. And I'm like, I got to do it all over again. That's why I struggle with that. I think
Yeah.
getting everything back. So I'm like, I'm tired of fucking redoing this over and over. I just
All right, so you're
But
not-
whose fault
good.
is that?
no, it's me.
Right,
It's nobody
right,
else
right.
but me.
Of course.
But I'm saying I think that's why I
You
get
only-
like
only got
that
yourself to
because I'm
blame
like I'm
for it,
so
yeah.
fucking tired of going
around
to rehab.
the holidays.
Oh no, I'm
Oh,
just saying in general.
Oh.
Right? Give time,
Yeah,
slow down. You'll
slow
get
down.
everything back when it's supposed to come back. And I rush that shit because I think it's also I'm getting older, and I just don't want to keep.
You sound like you're 70, bro.
I don't
This
wanna-
motherfucker.
You got a
Dude,
lifetime
before I
ahead
know
of
it, but but before you know it, I don't want to be fucking
you.
doing
My
this
age?
over and over again. No,
Yeah, you have adult
no,
children.
but dude, no, I don't want to just. Bro, I mean, I'm 32, 6 rehabs, 5 sober houses later. I don't want to keep doing this.
And all you have to do is put your hands up,
I don't want to keep
and
doing
surrender.
this.
Well, you shouldn't.
and that's all
That's
you do.
what I'm saying.
We don't listen. It comes to the point. I legitimately, I swear to you, with all my love and my soul and myself, I don't think about drinking or drugging anymore. And I haven't for a long time.
I don't until I got tested. Should I talk about that on you?
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
You
Sure,
just
right?
brought it up.
Well, I
so
think it's good to.
open your mouth.
Just keep.
So the other
If,
day.
no, I don't care about your testing. Get your ass to a meeting.
Yes.
Stay involved.
Yes.
Of course.
Work the program of recovery.
But here's
Because
why
if
I
there's
wanted to
how
bring
many
it up.
people listen to this? Maybe if there's the 2 people or whatever.
Bro, we in 14 countries.
Oh,
homie.
Shit, you big.
Yeah.
Son. You must stay connected.
Yes, absolutely.
You have to get involved.
Absolutely.
You're not just gonna
But do you think
take
that-
a pill and be recovered.
No.
You gotta get involved.
But do you think that I was wrong for not calling you?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're going back now.
The other day I was
we
at
really
work.
are addicts, man. We're all
The
over
other day I was
place.
at work. I was in a person's house, and I was in a person's house, and I came across some narcotics.
Yes.
Yes, my mind started fucking playing tricks on me.
Okay. And what did you do about it?
I didn't. I can
Well,
see.
after he crushed
I
the
can
pill
s-
up and snorted it
No,
off the bathroom.
I could see. I could, but
Off
listen
the
to me.
toilet.
Well, listen. I could see how people act on impulse because I've had a thought of what if, right? I had a thought if, like your mind really fucking plays tricks for you. Then my mind even went to maybe I'll just save it for a rainy day. Those are reservations.
You
But
see,
like I didn't act out on them. I knew what it was. I knew what was going
You're
on.
failing to enlarge your spiritual life.
I'm
That's
not
the book
understand,
says.
But I'm saying, do you think I
Well,
handled that situation fine? It didn't eat me alive all day. It didn't make me do anything. It just, you think I should have called you in that moment?
you
I
see-
think you should use, like I always say, I think you should use every single tool you have in your toolbox.
And that's what I
You
did.
must. Again,
No, I don't think you did.
Oh, I
Because
didn't
you would've
call him.
called John.
That's what I'm
you did it.
saying. I was in the middle of work. Like, I'm being
And-
genuine.
and
You
I'm being
really think
genuine.
I should have
I don't.
stopped everything I was doing to call you?
well, or you could, next time it happens, you could pick the things up and you can pop them and then you could lose your job altogether. You see,
Yeah.
when John says nothing, and this is why
Yeah.
people are like, I swear to God, people are always like, dude, you're always so happy. This is why I'm always happy. Nothing
Yeah.
is more important. It's God, sobriety,
Mm-hmm.
everything else. I'm gonna say that again. Maybe people understand what everything else means. It's God, sobriety, and everything
Yes.
else.
Right,
And I agree.
get it.
That everything else, guess who falls in everything else? My wife, my children.
Well, yeah, because without the sobriety, you
Job,
don't have any
career.
of that. Yes.
Why do I go to meetings every day? I'll take a day off, obviously. I have balance with my life because the program gave me a life. I do it to live my life.
Yeah, but
that
you, dude,
must
you're still,
come
with the
first.
time you have, you're fucking very still involved.
Yes.
There's not a lot of
and
people.
that's why I don't.
There's not too many
when
people
when
with
you
your
hear this
time
a lot,
that are as involved as you.
people are always saying like, "Oh, I don't have that job." I don't, and I maybe one day I will, and I'll speak about it. But for a very long time, I haven't had a thought of doing anything. I'm involved wholeheartedly. My sponsor said,
Well,
"You were
yeah.
either there's no such thing as half measures avail us
Yes.
nothing. If you are 99% in
Yes.
and 1% out, you're going to die."
Yes.
You must
Well, that's-
recover. You must be in this thing with all the desperation of a drowning man. It says you must be in this, or we're gonna die.
Yes.
And I say this all the time because the big book, everything I'm saying comes out of the big book. Most of us are doomed to the alcoholic death. That's a sad proposition. I don't know the exact numbers, but if the book says most of us die,
Yeah.
that out of the remaining balance, half of us are in rehab, Seafield, Phoenix House. We're the ones filling up the jails. We're the ones filling up the prisons. We're the ones filling up the psych ward.
Right.
So if we're not dead, and we're not in an insane asylum, and we're not in the ground, there's, our disease wants us dead.
This
That's
is
what it
as
the
of
truth.
November 10th, 2022. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, warns that 91 people die every single day in the United States from alcohol and drug addiction.
That's
91.
yeah, that's 91 too many.
It's a lot.
91,
Every
that's
single fucking day.
Every
every
day.
day.
I think it's 8 a minute an hour.
That's right. That's insane.
7 an hour. Yeah.
Do they know that we're here? Do they know that there's a program out there of people who understand what they're going through, that they understand what they're feeling? You're not alone. You're not different.
No. Last-
Give it a voice. Call someone.
important
Go.
to do
There's
that.
meaningless. It's been back in the day, man, 80, 90 years ago. These guys didn't have internet. Didn't have. They talked about it in the Forward to the Fourth edition, or I think it was the Fourth edition.
Right.
Where like one day the computers and guys could go modem to modem, and they were
Correct.
talking in the Forward. But get the word out there. You can recover.
Yeah.
It is.
That you don't have to live like that. You're not
Last
alone.
year was where did it just go?
Is this just for the United States?
Just for the U.S. Yeah, it wasn't the world. It's just the if it was for the world,
What are you on CDC?
drug use is
that-
drug use is directly and indirectly responsible for 11.8 million deaths each year. around
Drug
the world.
use, whether it's legal or
Yeah.
abusive.
Well, I'm sure they're it's
legal.
counting smoking, alcohol, and drug use.
11 million
Yeah.
worldwide.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
350,000 die from overdoses, alcohol, and illicit drug use disorders each year.
It's a lot of people that are
It's crazy.
suffering.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people that are
And
suffering.
in the U.S. alone, this one was last year. We had over 107,000 fatal
another-
overdoses, and we reached this number. I remember we spoke about this back in March. We surpassed 107,000. So it's more. It's a lot more,
It's a lot more.
and that's all the fentanyl.
There's another world. If
Yeah.
you think you have a problem, you probably do. Get
Yeah.
involved. Call someone. Dude, they're all call. There's like NA hotlines and
There's
HA hotlines.
marathons for Christmas and New Year's.
At the Pit and Bay Show.
Probably all over
Probably
the place.
all over the
though.
place.
Oh, it's
You
everywhere.
gotta-
Get
yeah,
involved.
I mean,
I used to go to one in Lindenhurst.
Use
if
the
you're
phone.
feeling any sort of way
Yeah.
and you're having a tough time during the holidays, just get
Yeah,
your
you're
ass
not
to the
alone.
meeting.
You got to reach out.
Come down to the pit. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll be there.
there.
For a big portion of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's important to stay. I don't know. I must be. I mean, listen. I drink monsters, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you, we just named 3 different things: dicks, monsters, and something else.
Where were you going with the
You should
monsters?
start. No, you should start like that's like an advertisement
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
I want monsters, so I'll send you royalties.
It's like
or
Austin
something.
Powers. Oh, yeah. Enjoy this peach monster. No, I'm just saying with the monster thing. Like, I grabbed the door at 7-Eleven and monsters. What's next to that? There's beers
Yeah.
right next to it.
Yeah.
But I don't ever. I'm not.
You're involved.
Well, that's the thing. I
I don't
haven't
think
been
about it.
having-
It doesn't dawn
Yeah,
on me.
I haven't been having thoughts. I see alcohol every day and shit. The shit was like, I guess, for the first time, this time getting sober, it was right there.
Well,
in
it's
front of
because
me,
that's
you
your drug of
know?
choice.
Yeah.
But again, I see, dude. I have liquor in my house. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I was given a bottle of wine years ago, and it was like like mommy's something, and then daddy's day off or something. It was like 2 bottles. I
my
don't know.
mother just bought Jen that wine.
It's I
Mommy's
just
day.
yeah, like mommy's day off, daddy's day
yeah,
off, or some
yeah.
mommy's relaxation. Daddy, I don't know how to describe it. It's just something I don't do. I just don't do drugs, and I just don't do that. It's not even like I can't. No, I don't do that. That's just not what I do. I don't need that
It's
crap
not- yeah,
anymore.
it's
it's not
And
a
I'm telling.
go-to like it used to be. I used to
It's
be
not even
so scared to
enjoyable.
Once
not
you
drink
get
anymore.
time behind you,
Yeah.
that's the whole point of what I'm bringing this up. Once you get time behind you, those thoughts will get less and less
Yeah.
every day. I mean, so if you're struggling now,
Gets
I
easier.
mean, it does get easier. I know
does.
the timing is terrible because of the holidays. Christmas sucks. New Year's sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Christmas is going to affect virtually
Well,
everybody.
you wanna-
New Year's is going to affect the young. Again,
So-
speaking for myself,
Go
for
ahead.
younger people.
Go ahead.
Who the fuck? I can't tell you the last
Dude,
time
I
went
went.
out on New Year's.
Yeah,
I
but
went
hold on.
away to
Yeah.
rehab.
Yeah.
Guess what day they let me out on?
New
New
Year's
Year's
Eve.
Eve.
New Year's Eve.
That was stupid.
Well, not just that. I was like, that was when I still. It was like my second I still had the mindset. I won't do drugs. I'll drink. And I think I was doing coke that night.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that doesn't count.
Well,
But
yeah.
my, that's just, you were
That's what I'm
drinking.
saying.
You have to have a
If
little
you
bit.
if you feel that you're struggling, that's when you definitely should be jumping in wholeheartedly. But even if you don't feel like you're struggling, keep maintaining it. Keep moving forward. The devil is right behind you, man. That disease is right behind
if-
you. Keep it. He's on a steady pace. Your disease is right there, steady pace following you. The second you stop working on this, he's gonna catch up to you.
If your family's rejecting you this year for Christmas, that should be your goal for next year.
That bam.
You know what I mean?
You erase everything. The past 45 minutes, erase it all, and just say that again 12 times on repeat.
What?
We just said that should be a goal for next year. That if you don't pick up, you could set those
I
goals.
mean, like I said,
What's the goal?
I'm saying if you're rejected by your family this year for
Oh,
Christmas,
to make it
your
for next
goal,
year. Absolutely.
that
Yeah.
should be your goal for next year to be able to
Absolutely.
be with them. And
Yeah.
you know, a year goes by pretty fucking fast.
And
Yeah.
today, you can go to meetings and get involved with the programs, and we'll all love you until you love yourself.
Of course,
You
yeah.
come here. There's another world. There's this world called
It really is a
recovery.
whole other world.
It really is, and people, if the more they're involved, they realize that there is this other world out there. You don't have to live that way anymore.
I meet so many people talk. I mean,
All walks of life.
it's crazy. They got Barbara.
Hey, meetings are
Barbara
like the
got, what,
only
21
yeah.
years. 22
Yeah,
years?
Bob, she's
And
awesome.
she struggles with some personal things,
Yeah.
but she's so.
And what does she
strong.
do?
She
Gets her booty to a meeting,
Yeah.
talks
gets
about,
asked to
gets
meet,
involved.
Talks about
Yeah.
it. She's such an inspirational.
Barbara's
woman.
awesome.
All
She's,
walks
I mean,
of
a
life.
lot of Tara. I mean, there's so many people.
Dude, that's
that
why
are
like I love
inspirational.
recovery because it's not, it's like it doesn't discriminate, doesn't it's so humbling. You can be in a
you
meeting
know-
sitting next to a friggin' millionaire with a Rolex, and to the left of you, and then to the right of you is a guy who's homeless,
Yeah. You know, it's,
and we're all suffering from the same fucking
From
thing.
the same from the same disease. It doesn't discriminate.
Yeah.
Black, white, rich, poor, green, yellow. It does not
Nope.
discriminate.
Nope.
But it's so funny. He's rambling off, dude. Kelly and Barbara and Tara. Hey, are any guys in that mix?
No, I'm just meaning because shut up, man. I said that because, and I didn't say Kelly.
Did you get a
Not
new
that,
thing
not
for your
that
Apple Watch?
Kelly's not one, but I just said Barbara and Tara.
Oh,
But I would.
I was gonna name it off all these
big,
women.
Big Mike. I was.
dude.
I
love
the
Big
Yo,
Mike.
I'm bringing.
Yeah, I
Big
would
Mike.
love
Oh,
that
dude,
Big
I'd
Mike
love
on.
to have Big
Oh,
Mike.
Yeah,
bring him
yeah,
over here.
absolutely.
He's
Yeah.
awesome.
But
that's a
the
good
whole
one.
reason I brought those specific people is because they have a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by that.
But you see what they do, and that's what my sponsors always tell Billy. He said, if you want what I have, do what I do. If you see what that person's doing,
Yeah.
and you like what he has, or whether that's inside peace and happiness, then do what he's doing.
But
if you see that person, you don't like what he has, then don't do that. That guy goes to one meeting a week. Is that guy not getting involved? Is he not taking commitments? Is he living his life selfish and self-centered?
Right.
Then don't do that. Live this way, not that way. You know, and
No, like I said, the reason why I brought up Barbara and I was being specific is because she's going through a lot of stuff.
right at home.
And you still got 21 years. You still know what you're doing. You still know.
I think it's
you know
22
what I mean?
years.
Well, I think
I think
she
she's
just
at
celebrated.
22.
It was
She
it
celebrated
22?
22 years.
But again,
She'll yell at us on
Shit
Friday.
happens.
It was actually 23
shit,
years.
you know, yeah, you assholes. But no, I'm saying shit happens, and you still, you don't think about picking up. You're just trying to get things better for yourself or for someone else. I mean,
Yeah.
she's
on
always
life's
concerned
terms,
about
baby.
it.
Life on life's terms.
And that's
And that's-
and again, the older time
What is-
people are always more concerned about
Exactly.
everybody
And what does
else.
she do? She comes, and
And
she's
again,
having a birthday. She's
Kelly,
bringing you
Tara,
big
Mike,
Z.
yeah.
She's bringing food.
Yeah.
She's going
Right,
through something,
right.
bringing
Yeah,
you
that's
guys,
awesome.
getting out of self, doing something for you.
I just noticed
Oh,
that with
she's
all the
awesome,
people
man.
those times.
Yeah,
the
these-
longer times in, because you get all those people. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's pretty nice to see, and it makes it easier for you. You're like, oh shit, life will be alright.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all right.
Because I remember when I first started doing this stuff, and I'd go into rooms and be like, this guy's still coming to fucking meetings at 20 years.
You're like,
What
the
hell's
dude's got
wrong
6
with this
months.
guy?
Why is he still coming?
Why is this guy still coming 20 years? But you get that by
Yeah.
doing this and giving back. Giving back. That's the biggest thing with most of the people with a lot of time.
Yeah.
They give a lot back, and they have that wisdom because they've been around so long. So I learn a lot from them. Those types of people.
Yeah.
We've had Kelly. We gotta have Barbara on.
Yeah.
We have Kelly on.
Yeah,
we
we
had
got a few people
Tara
coming
on.
on. We'll schedule that in.
We gotta do Big Mike for sure.
Dude, we
I'd
gotta-
love to get Big
we'll
Mike.
I
talk
love
after the
Big
meeting.
Mike. He's
Yeah.
fantastic. He's
We'll talk after the
Yeah,
meeting.
Big
yeah.
Mike is the type of
What the hell is
guy.
that?
I don't know what that was.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh,
It's a timer.
Each time you gotta just.
Well, actually, we got to get rolling anyways.
Oh.
Yeah.
We always go over an hour lately,
Yeah, we're killing it.
but that's
Well,
okay.
you know what I noticed is
Here we go.
we start to talk, and then all of a sudden we think we know what we're about to talk about,
I know we
Yeah.
and then we just go out in left field.
yeah, we go on tangents.
Dude, that's
but-
why I always say wing it. Because sometimes when we wing it, they're the best episodes. And then he'll just, whatever we discuss, he'll pick a topic.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
One day at a time.
I've done this a couple times. We've done this a couple times now, John.
37 times.
37 weeks. 37 weeks.
in a
Well,
row.
there was that one
Strong.
week that you deleted, but
Yeah, well, we had to. Yeah, all right, relax. It happens.
Well, you still redid it, so it's actually
We redid it.
38.
But yeah.
Oh.
shit! Technically 30. Well, we did 35.5. That's what we did.
35.5.
But listen, in all honesty, everybody be careful with the holidays. Stay connected with.
Yeah, mention
Stay
the
focused.
mention the
Stay
pit
focused.
again.
We're doing the pit. It's going to be starting Christmas
Christmas
Eve,
Eve.
which is tomorrow. Shit, this will be on it. Oh wait, maybe I'll post. You know what? I should post this. I'm going to post this tonight now
Post what?
because this so that
Oh.
people know about the pit tomorrow. Anyway,
We got a lot of guys who listen to this, a lot of friends and locals.
we got the pit starting at 1 p.m.
The 1 p.m.
on Christmas Eve, and it's going to run through Christmas till 2 p.m.
Yeah, so tomorrow at 1 p.m. it opens up, and it will not close until
2
20,
p.m.
25 hours straight.
Yeah,
Boom.
2 p.m. on Christmas Day.
Correct.
And the same with New Year's Eve, which is next Saturday.
Correct.
And it's going to run to New Year's Day.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Any other announcements or anything else?
I think we're good.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Joey, baby.
Get in the spirit.
I like it.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah.
All right. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Be
Don't
safe.
drink and go to
Don't
meetings.
drink. Go to
Don't
meetings.
drink and go to meetings.
Laters.